take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion,
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. On the return, Deontay Harris. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
On the return, the Cowboys take over 1st and 10. Their own 23-yard line.
On play action, Lock. Now he's flushed out right and incomplete to open things up.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Locke. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
19 yards.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. And his throw is incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Block now to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Brings up
that first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Dobbins. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 2nd and a yard. Lock. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And the Cowboys 1st down.
Run for Pollard. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 45-yard line.
We're scoreless after one.
Quarter with no score.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. To throw it is Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. John Johnson with the INT. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
And this carries into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Block off a play action.
45-yard line.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Block going to throw. That's caught. The tight end Hill. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On second down, it's Pollard. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Tony Pollard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Following the interception, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now Pollard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the Seahawks 6-yard line.
Now Locke. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Complete.
Josh Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Complete. Jefferson the target. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Justin Jefferson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Lock. And his throw here's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Lock. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Down, Dallas.
Off the play fake. Lock. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lock to throw. On the screen, Bernard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Lock working out of the gun. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
10-10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
At the 34-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, D. It's just one. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Wide. Move.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Cousins. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Watch out. Check. Crunch. Tight dog.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Gun.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Watch tight end. Hey. 4 down. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch twist. 55.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
No, I can't go. Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Get changed, name, how about your respect? Give them more than when I get expected up the back.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Mike 53. Mike.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. Cousins on first down. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Sam Sloman for the extra point.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game. Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check.
On play action, Cousins. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. But now it's third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
On third down, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike, 55. We go. Shoot. Check that.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play. Behind the sticks here with a second and another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10.
Cowboys 14.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 25 on second down, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Harris to return it. He spins free. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
And some room to work. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Ball carrier.
Tony Pollard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Aldon Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball. We go.
Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this returnable for Harris. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Aaron Donald with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's going to go down again. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Locke gonna go on 4th down. Room to run past midfield. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Cousins here to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Yo. Check 55. Come on. Check 55.
Here's Cousins.
Push him back.
Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Lock. He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Hill. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
2nd and 8 coming up. Lock to throw. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20.
Now Lock.
1st down.
Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
And 4.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6.
Well, we know the crowd is absolutely stunned by what we just saw there. I'm stunned.